So they finally had enough. They thought I was crazy. And my mom and my stepdad drove me to the emergency psychiatric unit at the hospital and dropped me off and said, there's something wrong with this kid. And from there, I was referred to the county shelter. It's called Snedeker Cottage on the border of Oakland, San Leandro. It's not there anymore. It's now juvenile hall and a psychiatric facility. And they dropped me off, and that was it. Well, I have a copy of all of my psychiatric, neurological, speech and language, and psychological evaluations. I was able to get a copy of all those reports when I was an adult. I lost in court. They would not give me a copy of my records, which in California at 18, you're able to go get your records. My foster sister said, go get your records. I got a copy of mine. But they denied me. It was flagged that they couldn't give it to me. So then I went and filed a motion with the court or filed a paper with the court, and 8 weeks later, they denied me. I called the supervisor at the county. She says, Derek, we never had anybody denied, but this is your file, but I'm not going to lose my job over it. She goes, you can come down and look at it. So I came down and looked at, just went through all these files, and I cried like a little boy because I never knew pretty much all the stuff that everybody had labeled me and all the situations I had to go through. And what the court was saying, what the social workers were saying, what the foster parents were saying. When I read those, I'm like, I want a copy of my file. This is my file. And she goes, Derek, go file an appeal. I file an appeal. I wait another 8 weeks, and I win, and I get a copy of my file. So what I'm going to share with you is this little kid, this little 5- and 6-year-old kid, because these psychiatric neurological reports span over time, not just one event. They span over time until I was 6 years old. So you get to see the end of the movie now. But now I'm going to share the beginning. Derek is 6 years old. Derek has a fascination with violence, with death, with sex. Derek cannot count to 10. Now I have a 3-year-old that can count to 20. And then after 20, it gets crazy, right? But Derek does not know his ABCs. Derek does not know words like dog, cat, girl, boy. Derek has psychosexual confusion. He doesn't know if he's a boy or a girl. Derek has severe thoughts of murdering his mother. Now I'm 6 years old. Derek has a fascination with violence and is withdrawn from reality due to the abuse that he suffered. And they gave me, I was labeled with erratic psychosis, the ADHD, reactive, all these things. But the main label that stuck with me, and it says it in my neurological and psychiatric evaluation, was this. Derek is not adoptable because of his severe emotional and behavioral issues, and he is considered mentally, and to me, this is worse than the F word, this word. And I'll say it once, and it says it in both of my reports. Derek is quote-unquote mentally retarded. If an adequate foster home cannot be found for him in a high-level, at-risk special foster home, he will be sent to the institution. No joke, right there. And the institution was Napa Institution, which was, it's actually not even there anymore. It was that crazy, right? So the closest I've ever been to my dad is I have a piece of paper signed by him where he signed off his rights. And they found him because we don't know where Derek's dad is, and they found him at Folsom State Prison for the criminally insane, for a string of armed robberies from Arizona to California. So I came into the system already prepackaged, labeled, basically given up on, saying, this is Derek, not even giving me a chance.